If music is the vehicle for nostalgia,
then we want to be the cops chasing after it.
I'm Mal,
And I'm El.
and this is...
Do you remember that song?
It's a podcast where we reminisce about some of our best memories.
Tied to some of our favorite songs.
So sit back as we ask the question,
Do you remember that song? Well, do you, punk?
Do you feel lucky? That's Dirty Harry, right?
I
Clint
believe
Eastwood?
so. I'll be honest, I've never seen Dirty Harry. I'm sorry, Internet. I've never seen Dirty Harry.
I think it's okay.
Yeah?
I mean, as long as you've seen, like, what was it? Gran Torino?
Yeah.
Once you've seen that one, you've seen anything
You've basically seen
you've seen Clint Eastwood.
any Clint Eastwood action movie.
Yeah.
I've never seen Unforgiven. You ever seen that?
You'll have to forgive me, but no.
That's unforgivable. No, I've never seen that one either. I heard that one's very good. I think that's a remake of a classic, but that's a story for another time.
Yeah.
Today,
This isn't. Do you remember that movie?
no, this is.
Do you remember that song?
Yeah. That was not a song. So nice. Hey, I like that tie-in. What's up, party people? How are y'all doing out there? They can't respond, so I don't know why I asked that question. Yay! Thanks for checking us out for another episode of Do You Remember That Song? Well, we asked that question.
Yeah, we don't know what order this is in. This could be any order.
Yeah. It's another episode is what it is.
It's a new episode, new chapter, new things. Yeah, so I guess it's my turn to ask you, do you remember that song? So, do you remember the song The Riders of Rohan? That came out of the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers soundtrack?
Yes. The Two Towers, Lord of the Rings. That was by composer Howard Shore. Yes.
Yeah.
Of course I remember that.
Yeah, and so, yeah, the movie...
That was a writer of Rohan. Of course I remember.
I mean, okay, so I imagine you probably can't specifically remember that song.
It's a very long song, but I think you're right. I think I know where you're going. Go ahead.
So, it was obviously in The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. It came out in 2002.
Yeah.
Which feels like forever ago. Because,
I know, yeah. I know.
You know? Yeah. Anyways,
what is that? Someone showed me that meme today where it's like, the screen grab of Saving Private Ryan, where it's like him as a young man, and then it like transitions to him as an old man.
Yeah.
It's like the meme is like when I turn classic rock on it, I expect Led Zeppelin, but hear Weezer. It's like, oh no, I'm old. But yes, 2002 was a long time ago.
Yeah, it just felt like just yesterday.
I know.
But so the cool thing is that I remember when Lord of the Rings came out, it was such a huge thing because the first one came out and everyone loved it. It hit that perfect level of like fantasy and was mainstream enough that everyone knew it.
Yeah.
It
wasn't just for nerds.
Yeah,
but the nerds also celebrated it.
Because at that time, like, it was the books. And I remember in 5th grade, my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Sieber, he was like the coolest teacher ever.
Okay.
And he was like, hey, he was like, hey, I want to read good literature to you guys. Mm-hmm. And he was like, so what I'm planning on doing is every Friday, I think it was, or like every evening before school let out, he would read a book to us. And so one of them was The Hobbit.
Wow, you guys read the Hobbit, huh?
In 5th grade, yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, it wasn't like we read it; he read it to us.
Right. It was like a chapter a day kind of thing, or what?
Yeah. And so it was really cool, and kind of opened me up to the whole fantasy realm, because like up to that point, my whole like ideal world was like a mixture of war movies and, you know, history like being told to us by like grandparents and everything. So it was like Cowboys and Indians, Little House on the Prairie, and Kelly's Heroes.
All of a sudden you got hobbits running around.
Yeah. And so then like ever since I was a kid, I wanted a sword.
Oh yeah.
And so playing swords and, you know, Zorro, and then all of a sudden you came out with Lord of the Rings. Yeah. And then you have like Aragorn, Legolas, you know, shooting bows and everything like that. Like it was super cool. And then in around like 2002, I ended up going to middle school, and I had got the option to play in the orchestra. And it was cool because your older sister already like broke down that barrier of like getting into the orchestra, and like up to that point I had no interest in playing music. And then I saw her playing, and I think she was playing the violin. And I was like, dude, that's so cool. You know, it's a little compact instrument, you know, it'd be perfect. I like the size of it. I like the sound. You know, you're not like strumming like a guitar, you're using your bow and going back and forth. And then when I got to middle school, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take orchestra. Get to orchestra class, and our teacher, we talked about it last time, Miss Mohorn, she was like, yeah, so you're pretty pretty solid kid, you know, you should handle the cello. And I was like, oh, okay, cello, that's cool, you know, I'm down. Yeah. What does that even look like? And she like brings it out, and it's this like bigger than a guitar. It's like stand up, like not a stand up bass, but I mean it's like it's almost as big as me.
Instrument. Yeah, it's a big instrument.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, man, I wanted a violin. And I was like, maybe what's the next best thing is like a viola, which is like a little bit bigger than a violin. Yeah. And then it was like, no, we need you to be a cello. And I was like, cool, whatever. But then I think the thing that made her such a special teacher is she knew that we didn't want to like spend all our time playing hot cross buns or, you know, trying to learn Mozart or something like that. Like we had no interest in like the classical music. We wanted to like take something that we knew and play it on our instrument. It's like the same effect of being like, you know, I want to play, I don't know what, like popular songs.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. You want to play songs that like you said, like something that like you knew, right? Like it's
that's familiar.
It's fine and dandy to play like Beethoven or something. You know what I mean? But like when you're a young kid, you want to play something that you know.
You want to play rock and roll.
Yeah, man. Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. You want to play something that you're familiar with. And so, I mean, like,
to make it fun for you, you know?
Like we could have done like Beatles, and that would have been cool. Yeah. You know, something like that. But I think she understood. She had a good grasp on how to teach kids, and she ended up busting out a few things. Like at one point she was like, you guys will want to know like the wedding march, so canon in D major. And then eventually she was like, all right, so we're gonna be doing our concert, basically invite all your family, your friends, you know, grandparents, uncles, whatever, and we'll play a concert for them. And we all had to dress up in like not suits, but like dress shirts and black pants and tie.
Right, you're professional.
Yeah. And she ended up busting out the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers soundtrack music. Yeah. And so she like handed it out to us, and we were like, oh, this is cool. And I don't know about you, but whenever I see scales music, like the actual music, I am immediately lost.
Yeah, I'll panic a little bit. Like, oh, wait, what am I supposed to be doing?
Like, what is that note, and why is it hanging off the scale? And there's too many lines on this. Why are there so many lines? And automatically I was panicking. But the cool part is that The Riders of Rohan was one of the songs we were playing, and I was like, most of the time it was like the violins or the violas that were taking like the good melody and like setting the tone for everything.
Yeah, cello. Oftentimes cello, you're just playing supporting melody. Yeah.
And that was cool because then it gets to that one part, and all of a sudden you just like feel like the cello resonating, and I thought that was the cool part about playing the cello is you
like
can
three or four of you all playing.
Yeah, and you can feel it like not only like resonating inside the instrument, but at some point you can almost like feel it resonate inside your chest as well.
Yeah, when you're playing the cello, the vibration, like it's such a big instrument, you know what I mean? And you're hugging the thing the whole time. And it's not necessarily like obviously they use a bow for like stand-up bass as well, but like you're using a bow almost like 90% of the time when you're on the cello. Like, you're not finger plucking any too much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like that being said, when you like get that like really nice like
that just nice draw,
that nice exactly, and you feel it like you said, you feel it up inside your
you can
chest,
feel it through your fingers, your chest, like everything, and it just feels like
bum bum bum, and you're doo, doo, doo,
and it just like resonates inside you and everything. And so I think that was cool, and it like takes me back to like makes me think of like back in the day when like they would have musicians in like their war parties, like somebody like banging the drums, just like boom, 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 and like getting that to resonate around
those
people.
Poor guys,
I mean, they got no weapons; they just got their drum
out there with a snare drum.
But like at the same time, I totally get it because music not only connects everyone, but gets everyone to move in time with the beat.
Gets you pumped.
And it gets you pumped.
Yeah.
And
those flutes out there during the American Revolution.
Yeah. Yeah. You could poke somebody's eye out with that.
Yeah.
I don't suggest you poke somebody's eye out with it.
Please don't.
Don't.
We don't condone that kind of behavior.
Unless they have it coming.
Right.
Make sure you play something good.
Yeah.
Anyways, but that's what I remember of that song, and I think that's why The Lord of the Rings Two Towers was one of the movies that really stuck with me, is the fact that our teacher had given us the opportunity to play a piece of the music.
Yeah.
That and I think it was Smeagol's song, which is like creepy and haunting all at the same time, and I loved that too. But it was
there was definitely with those movies were like a home run on every level, between the acting, like the cinematography, the direction, and then the music. Everything just kind of tied in and created that world, that like the like Tolkien world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like it like at the right age. I think we were at the right age to really just like be like enveloped by it. Yeah, you know what I mean? It just like picked us up. And that's cool. That's cool that like your teacher was like cool enough to like like recognize that and like want to like give you guys that opportunity to play it.
Because I think like the cool stuff that I ever saw people play in orchestra was like the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack,
right?
All the big like major motion picture movies that were coming out, like giving the kids the opportunity to play something that they recognize. It makes them feel a part of it. Yeah,
because it's like it's easy enough to like play the classics of the classical world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you're like a 13, 14-year-old kid. You don't care about Beethoven or Bach. You know what I mean? Like you don't like. It's like, oh, this is cool. Yes, that was happening at the time, and everybody was like, whoa, this Beethoven guy, you got to listen to this. You know what I mean? But it's like,
hear his music, it's all moody.
It's like when you're that like young though, you can't appreciate that music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what you can appreciate, like you said, is like being able to like play something that's in your world, that's familiar, that like your friends, if they heard like them play, they'd be like, oh, I know what that is. That's really cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. No one's like, oh, is that Beethoven's Sixth Sonata? It's like, no. No one's recognizing that.
And I think the funny thing is that her struggle, which I'm sure is like a big struggle with every music teacher, is to get your kids to practice.
Yeah.
And so like we'd all be getting ready for class because, you know, like bell would ring, you come in, you get your stuff out, and then automatically someone would just be like, I'm going to go ahead and start playing the entrance of this, or like I'm going to play Canon D major. And then all of a sudden like 2 other people start playing too. And then pretty soon everyone's like in the class is now playing the same song. And this was one of them, like the Riders of Rohan. So we just all start playing it all at the same time. And then pretty soon like everyone's coming together. And then 5-10 minutes later, teacher's like, all right, come on guys, come on.
Yeah.
And she's doing the conductor hand signal, like, come on
now, let's all get back into it now.
All right, now we gotta practice all our other stuff. And you're like, yeah, I know, but this is cool.
Nice, man.
I miss that.
Yeah, that's good times for sure. Yeah, if you haven't seen that movie in a while or even listened to that, you know, I don't necessarily, I mean, the soundtrack is nice to put on, you know, like just in the background, you know what I mean?
Like my dad does that.
Yeah, he puts on like random soundtracks and stuff. Yeah. It's like, it's not something that most people like listen to for fun, you know, but like it's, if you're interested in hearing that, you know, throw it on, check it out, the Spotify.
Yeah, we got it on our playlist.
We'll put that song on there. And if you aren't about listening to the whole thing, then go watch the movie.
Yeah, watch the movie. It's even better in the movie.
Yeah, I think it is even better with the visuals. But yeah, check it out. Riders of Rohan by Howard Shore from The Lord of the Rings, Two Towers. And we'll be back.
Be back.
I'll be back.
We'll be back. Be Howard Shore. All right.
And we're Bach, like the Art of the Fugue.
Is that a Bach reference?
That's a Bach reference.
Oh, okay.
Or the violin concerto in E major. Yeah, let's make some more references. The musical offering of BWV 1079. That was a good one. An Italian. Ave Maria. There you go.
Oh, he really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently he did something with Ave Maria. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what he did with it, but
he did something.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Counts. Yeah. No, we're back with that podcast. Do you remember that song? Asking each other that question. Do you remember that song? And I gotta ask you a question, Mel.
Yeah.
Do you remember that song, "Finding Something to Do" by Hello Goodbye?
You know, I remember Hello Goodbye, but I don't really remember something.
Can't say that you do, huh?
I can't.
Yeah, Hello Goodbye came out with their first album in 2006. This is the one that very electronic album, and obviously had the probably their most popular song, "Here in Your Arms."
Yeah.
And so this was the follow-up album titled "Would It Kill You?" And the top song, first song off of this, was "Finding Something to Do." I became a fan of Hello Goodbye from their first album. It was I had a friend. I had a buddy on the wrestling team that gave me, man, like 90% of my music is just like gotten from somebody else.
Yeah.
He gave me a copy of their first album. And it was like, it wasn't like a, like track for track. It was like a bunch of stuff scrambled. So it was that, like we were kind of talked about before, like I couldn't just pop it into my computer and then iTunes was like, oh, this is that album by Hello Goodbye, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because the track list was all different, like songs were in different orders. And some of them were from a different like EP. Like I had to like figure out what all these songs were on my own.
Yeah.
But it was a really cool album. I really like that album. But then this was their follow-up album, and I I love this album. And this first song just kind of hits you with like energy. It's just energy right off the bat. And the whole song is just like, the whole album is just like in this like, it's like you're in like a relationship. You know what I mean? It's just like talking about the relationship and being in love and like having a connection with somebody, you know? And so this song is titled Finding Something to Do. And it's kind of like this idea of like, we don't have anything in particular to do together, but we can find something to do because like we just want to spend time with each other.
When you showed it to me, I was like, oh, this kind of feels like one of those summer love kind of like songs. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna play this, we're gonna go hang out, you know, that kind of like cruising around with somebody you're dating kind of a feeling.
No, well, so you're exactly right, because my memory of this is driving in the front seat because I didn't have a license. Driving in the front seat of my then girlfriend, now wife's car. It was a gold Mustang. She named her Brenda. I think she was named Brenda before. The car may have belonged to someone named Brenda because there was an embroidered dash cover with the name Brenda on it, and so Brenda just became the name of the car. Gold Mustang, and we would be cruising around, and she actually, so we found out we both liked Hello Goodbye.
Yeah. And
she actually got the opportunity to see them in concert for this tour.
Yeah.
Because they came through Albuquerque, and I was so jealous. But she did. She got them. She got a CD at the concert, and she actually got it signed by Forrest Klein. Shout out Forrest.
Nice.
And yeah, it's just like, you know, it's just one of those, like you said, it's a summer song, man. And I just recall like driving around and it really feeling really relevant because we were just kids. We had nothing to do really. And we were just like, let's find something to do. You know what I mean? And that's like exactly what this song is about.
Like,
but this song is just
parks,
like, yeah, go
loiter,
hang out at the park, go to, I think our first date was at Putt Putt. You know
nice.
What I mean? Rest in peace, Putt Putt. And yeah, so like this song in this album holds something special because it was, I think, one of the first things that her and I kind of shared a passion for. Was like this band and this album, and that song just kind of brings me back to like cruising around, having fun. Yeah, it was good times. The rest of the album is really good. There's also a few more gems on this album that I really enjoy, and I just feel like it's a really noteworthy album if you're into that early, I guess, like really early 2010s kind of like pop rock. They used to kind of be indie pop rock. It's not as much electronic on this album as it was in the previous album. Not as much auto-tune, but yeah, something about this album is just kind of hits all those right notes.
And I feel like Hello Goodbye was actually a pretty heavy part because as much as like I have a hard time remembering any of their songs, I feel like I remember hearing them most like on the radio and in different ways like that, just around. And yeah, I do actually remember them coming to town for that concert. And I remember everyone, I don't know, I feel like there was a time when we could expect to see like some of our favorite bands come through town.
Oh yeah, man.
And even though like Albuquerque isn't like that big of a destination,
we're not a major city.
Like I mean, even nowadays, like some of the bands that I'm into, they'll either go to Texas and go all the way around Texas.
Oh yeah, I know.
And then they jump over us and go to Arizona.
Yeah. And I know, it's always the worst when you see, they're like, hey, here's the tour list. And you're like, oh, and you go to look and it sucks because it's always like, okay, is it either start with Texas or Arizona?
It's like,
you're like Texas, and then it goes either like straight to Arizona or it goes to Colorado, and you're like, no, you know they skipped over us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it is like that.
And I think that was the cool thing, like back during that time is a lot more bands came through because I think like certain ones like I think Green Day had came a couple times.
Yeah.
And then nowadays, you can't imagine that any of them would be coming back through.
Yeah, it's just like very. It's not like it's not somewhere that anyone like really like puts on that list. You know what I mean? No, I think we definitely had it spoiled back then. I wish I was like 2 to 3 years older, so I could have actually had more freedom to go. Because I tell you, it's like right at the end of like the early 2000s, like 2006 through like 2013. Like that's when like major bands were coming through town. I mean, I remember the Killers came and played Edgefest. Like when Edgefest was a thing. Like they had some major bands coming through, and like, man, I still like can't believe I didn't go to that concert. I mean, I was like too young probably to like
go to Edgefest.
I had no money. Yeah, it's like I didn't have any money to go to Edgefest. But yeah, they don't have that anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And nobody comes through here.
I mean, even Warped Tour was a big thing.
Oh yeah, down in Las Cruces, man.
Las
they used to
Cruces.
do Warped Tour with like the big bands too.
Yeah.
The bigger headliners, yeah.
Like I remember We the Kings had come.
Oh yeah.
In to Warped Tour. And I remember like being like just blown away because that was the first time I had like really gone to a concert.
Oh really?
Yeah, and so like seeing them and finding out like, oh, like big bands are coming here.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I think that was fun.
Yeah. Oh, you'll have to do a We the King song now.
I know.
Tell us about your first concert experience. No, yeah. I actually, it's funny. Now you say that funny. Though, like I did see Hello Goodbye at Warped Tour. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, no, Warped Tour was awesome.
I mean, it felt like it was an opportunity for kids who couldn't afford to go.
I say early on it was, yeah. As they got later, they definitely upped those prices, and it was harder and harder to go.
Yeah. Well, that's with anything.
Yeah. But no, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right, well, we're not going to linger too much on that part. We want happy nostalgia.
Yeah.
We want good stuff, good times. Hello Goodbye. Have you heard of it? What do you think of it? Do you want to hear more?
Let us know.
No, check it out. I would say check out this album, and then if you like this album, then you could go back to their first one and find out some of their other songs. Definitely different vibes.
Yeah.
I like this one a lot. This one is a bit more grown up, a bit more mature, whereas the other one's a little more like have fun and just like, all laughs and play, This one, like, there's some serious stuff in here, or at least the tone feels more serious, So yeah, just depending on the mood.
I kind of feel like it'd be perfect because the first one, finding something to do, the second one, getting old, 3
Yeah.
when we first met, 4 betrayed by my bones.
Oh yeah.
5 you sleep alone. Is this an old person CD?
I mean there is one called Coppertone, so
yeah, so
yeah.
I might have to go back and revisit this.
Yeah, it's a good album. Check it out. Check it out.
Get out my New Balances.
Yeah. Hello Goodbye, would it kill you? Yeah, put on your New Balances, find a nice comfortable chair.
Get a cardigan.
Yep. Get your bubble pipe. And enjoy. But yeah, thank you for joining us. If you want to hear that song, check it out. We'll add it to the playlist. And yeah.
All right.
Catch you on the next episode.
Yeah, catch you on Side B.
Side B. This has been... Do you remember that song?
Hey,
we got it. All right.
I just watched your lips the entire time.
Me too. I was like, okay, we're gonna do it. All right.